Hi guys, it's me, the Big B, and it's time for another video, and yes, it's going to be one of those videos. What I call a rant video, but it's not kind of a rant, it's just me kind of rambling on more than anything. It gets called ranting here, down in the comments, which my last video got some really interesting comments. One guy going off on a tangent that I was jealous, that I was this, I was that, and it was just, it was epic. And what I'm going to do is put that to bed straight away. This isn't about jealousy. I don't talk about Huff and what he's doing and the tricks he's doing out of jealousy. I don't need to be jealous of Huff. He's writing some apps and he's doing what he's doing, and he's desperate to get on TV. He tried to get the Kickstarter project going, which failed miserably, and they're just trying everything they can. I don't need to do that. I'm already involved in a TV show. I'm already there. I'm not jealous of Huff. If anything, he should be jealous of me. So before you do put any comments like that down there, think about what you're doing. Think about what you're saying, because it's not going to look good for you. Like I said, I am not jealous. These videos and other people who are doing videos like them do these for a reason, because the guy is doing things that are not right, that are not morally right, and he's scamming a lot of people. And people like myself and many colleagues that I've got have been doing this for decades. We've been doing this for bloody donkey's years, and we try to build up credibility. We're trying to get people to take us seriously, and then along come people like Huff and Sanchez, and they just, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and most people just call him fat fuck, but that's not polite. It's funny, but not polite. So I'll call him Sanchez. If that's wrong, I do apologise. And again, I have no doubt you'll pull us up on the comments, anyone who's sort of thing. But again, like I said, before you comment, think. Like I said, this is not a hate video. All we're doing is trying to point out what the guy's doing. And after the SCD1 fiasco, I'm not even going to go and drag that back up. You can go and watch other videos on that. He went quiet for a while, and we thought maybe he's got the idea, maybe things are starting to change, maybe he's got the point across, or we've got the point across, but no. Lo and behold, recently we had a couple of very, very sad deaths within the ITC world, within the paranormal world. I'm not going to name names, but anyone who knows anything will know what I'm talking about. And to all of our fears, we all knew it was coming, even though we didn't want to admit it or hoped it wouldn't. Along came Huff and think that he was going to communicate with them. And again, with Huff, anyone of any importance, or seemingly anyone in the spirit world, he is the one-stop shop for communication. The rest of us are just in a long line behind. The spirits don't want to communicate with us. They all go directly to Huff, and they do not pass fucking go. And there was an outcry. Obviously, a lot of us said, look, there's a way of doing things. There's tact. You've got to have tact. You've got to have a bit of compassion for these people. They had families. So he came out with a statement after that to try and justify what he was doing and convince all of his followers, his sheep, that he was justified in what he was doing. And he said, basically, within 48 hours, that's the best time to contact anyone who's passed over, which, as anybody with half a brain cell will tell you, that is a complete load of rubbish. That is just something he has made up to justify what he's doing. He's basically like what he's done all the way along. He's just making the rules up as he goes along, and if there's something that he's doing that doesn't fit within the paranormal community or ITC, he just makes a new rule up to make it fit. Like myself and many of my colleagues, we go into buildings. We go into some buildings that's 20 years old. We go into some buildings that's 200-year-old. Hell, I went and did a castle here in Gibraltar recently that's 800 plus years old, and we're communicating with spirit. Some of them who give information up that would suggest that they died in like 1870 or whatever, and some of them well beyond that. So that kind of puts sort of like peer to that 48-hour rule. The best time to think. These spirits have been there for hundreds of years, and they're still willing to communicate. They're still willing to give us information. And it's not a struggle, because it's been longer than 48 hours. That 48-hour rule is just something he's put in place, and it only seems to fit celebrities, because the problem, the reason for the 48 hours is within 48 hours, that's when the media is at its most frenzied. That's when it's all over the news, it's everywhere. So that's your best chance of saying you've communicated, and everybody will listen, because there's just a media frenzy over it. That's why he came out with the 48-hour rule. And he normally would have released that shit straight away, because he has in the past. He's done it, and it caused problems. This time he didn't, because there was such an outcry, there was such a disgust from the paranormal community, and even from some people who believed in him. And he had to take a step back. He said, "Oh, well, I was never going to release it. I was never going to release it. I was just going to think." Of course he was going to release it, but he didn't quite expect the backlash he got. So that's why he made this 48-hour rule up. And he said he stored it, and it's there, and with many others in his magic vault, and he's going to release it at a later date. Now that was bad enough, but that just shows it's a sales tactic. Jump in when the media's frenzying over a death. He hasn't sort of done it with any normal person. He hasn't gone through the obituaries in the local paper and saying, "Oh, Fred such and such died yesterday. It's within 48 hours, I'll try and communicate with them," because he doesn't give a shit about them, because they're not going to get him hits on YouTube. They're not going to get him what he needs. He needs to sell a product. So that's why he hits the celebrity. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The next thing he comes along, he introduces the follower-up, the successor to the SCD-1. I don't even like the saying the fucking name of this thing, even makes me mad. The Impossible Box. Now, why is it called the Impossible Box? Because technically, what they're claiming it does, and what they're claiming a PC is able to do as a ITC device, is fucking impossible. It is not possible. That's not why they've called it the Impossible Box, obviously. They've called it that because it's, again, just sensationalising. It's a selling tactic. But the reality is, if you look back at all of Huff's videos, it was all love and light, you know, the chosen one and all that crap that I was talking about before. And there was no such things as demons, there was no such thing as hell, there was no such thing as the devil. And that's his words, not mine. That's what he said. If you look back at these videos, then when he realised he could get a little bit of interest out of saying such things, he then started saying he'd been attacked by demons and contacting demons. This is from a guy who said he didn't believe there were any demons or anything like that. Then along comes the Impossible Box. Did he say, "It's a good app, buy it, you will be able to communicate, I hope you get some good results out of it"? No, that's not going to sell. What he's saying now, and this again is in his words, you can go and look at it, it's not just made up by the paranormal community, this is Huff's words himself, that he's basically has he created something that's too powerful, that is too awesome, because he believes he's contacted hell. As his box, well, it's not even a box, it's a fucking PC piece of software, but we'll call it the Impossible Box, that's what we're calling it. Has he been able to contact hell, communicated direct with hell? Is it this thing too powerful? Is this thing too awesome? No, what this thing is, or it's a piece of software, like all the other pieces of software, whether it be on Android or PC, that have random sounds supposedly in them, that's sliced, diced, chunked, and mixed up in all different ways, so it doesn't even resemble the original audio, then the spirit can manipulate that and use that and form a word. That's all it is. That's all it does. That's what any of this software does. And it does work. Spirit are seemingly able to manipulate sound. Only for the fact some of your software, while I digress, when the audio was pulled out of it, it wasn't just random bits chopped up, it was entire sentences. And on a few occasions, we found little girls talking in creepy voices that were designed to be creepy. It wasn't just sort of like, as we think, I'm not going to mention any names of any other software, but Edgar Allan Poe extracts and things like that, that were audio files that were then sliced up and chopped up, reversed and reverbed and chucked out. No, this was designed, to me, the way the audio was thinking, it was designed to be creepy, it was designed to be misleading. There were entire fucking sentences in there that shouldn't be in there, and they were embedded in the audio. But again, I digress. The Impossible Box. which basically seems to be a reskinned SCD1. They've stuck a K2 type of meter thing on there, which is very interesting seeing as so you trust me, your PC and your laptop cannot read electromagnetic energy. They pump a shitload of it out. You stick a K2 meter next to a PC. You stick your fucking mil meter next to a PC and see what happens. It pegs, and it pegs off the fucking scale. Your computer's giving off a shitload of EMF as well as your monitor or your TV, anything like that. So you telling me you strap anything onto a PC, even if you had a piece of hardware that could read electromagnetic energy, and you strap it to your PC to try and detect that, of course it's going to be detected because there's a fucking field around your PC that's strong enough to cook a frigging egg. You know what I mean? It's not going to work. And there's nothing in a PC. These things, some fancy bullshit about the Bluetooth, that it uses special algorithms. The Bluetooth does not detect EMF energy. It's a Bluetooth device that gives off more fucking energy than it can detect. It's as simple as that. It can detect other devices. But you are not going to get any sort of reading from a PC. Now, a lot of people have already started asking questions about that it doesn't work, that they're not getting consistent results with it. And people have questioned Huff about it, about this new miraculous piece of software. And what did Huff say? I want nothing to do with it. It is nothing to do with me. I do not answer any questions. I do not have any liability or comeback. Go and see Sanchez. He's the one who wrote the software. And a few people in the comments, quite rightly so, said, well, hang on a moment. Your name's splashed all over the front of the freaking screen. Steve Huff. You know, Impossible Box 1. So that should just show to people. He's slapping his name on it quite happily because he's going to get some of that. He's going to get the green foldy stuff. That's all he's interested in. He's not interested in the science. He's not interested in helping anyone understand the software. He's just slapped his friggin' name on it, and then he just rolls in as people are buying it, and he just gets the money. So he basically shut these poor people down, basically in flames. He said he just basically wanted nothing to do with it. He just had no interest. And then Sanchez, on his side, his brilliant comeback for them when they were complaining it wasn't working. He said, well, the problem is, I mean, I'm not going to go into what he sort of tried to wrap the bullshit around. I'll just put it in layman's terms for you, what he said. You're the problem. You are the reason my software is not working, because everyone gives off an electromagnetic field, which I suppose you do. Everyone has an aura. I mean, you can get hold of a REM pod and you can set it off if you get too close. The K2 meter, though, you can stick it on your head and it's not going to go off because you're not giving off that much electromagnetic energy. You know what I mean? It's very slight at best. And what he's saying is, you're affecting it. If it's not working, it's because everyone's different. Everyone gives off a slightly different magnetic field, or just wrapping it up in this bollocks. So basically, if my software is not working, it's not because the software is rubbish and the software just doesn't work anyway. It's because of you. Now, that is the perfect comeback. That is beautifully done in one sense, because then he's just pushing the blame back onto you. It's the environment you're in, and it's you yourself. Well, yes, people can affect the environment. If you've got a lot of people in an investigation, an entity, a spirit, whatever the hell you want to call them, can feed off different people's energies. And it goes for different people. Some people have slightly more than others. That's why they probably go for other people. They've got just a little bit more energy. It's as simple as that, but not enough to alter an entire computer that's running his software. You sitting in your fucking room, or you sitting on a tablet in a location, is not going to have enough of any effect on that freaking software. The amount of times I've took spirit boxes, I've took other people's software, and again, I'm not naming names, but I've took other people's software in to locations, and I have gotten consistent results, no matter where the hell I've been, or what situation I've been in. It hasn't mattered how many people are there, how many people are not there. If a spirit wants to communicate, it will communicate either on a digital recorder or on an app where it can manipulate sound, or on a novelist device where again it manipulates energy to manipulate sound. That's just how it works. Your energy means shit all, apart from the fact you're just a walking Duracell battery for as far as these things are concerned. They'll drain energy out of anything. So I mean, to come out with such a statement as that, but basically what he's really saying to you is, my software's buggy. The science I've thrown at you to see how this works on a PC and it can detect all this magic energy and it's a portal directly to fucking hell is bullshit. It's as simple as that. It's bullshit. You've paid your money, now feck off. You're not getting there's no refunds with this shit. You're lucky even if you get a response. And that's the problem. This software, there's other softwares out there that work. The creators of this software don't push it like they're selling on a fucking info commercial, like they're selling a fucking toaster or a blender and it's the best thing ever. You know, there's nothing like it. And that's what Huff does. He, again, like I've said in the other videos, he rubbishes the competition. He basically, his becomes the only thing that works. It's the best thing ever. And that's, again, when you look at the reality of this, he's saying, I think I've created something so powerful that the impossible box, the software is so powerful, I think I have contacted hell. But then he's telling people he's got nothing to do with it. He has nothing to do with it, even though his name's slapped on it. So he's contradicting himself all the freaking time. And what's next, guys? You know, what's next? He's created a software that is buggy and problematic at best, that does not do what it says on the tin because physically it can't. It is called the impossible box for a reason, because it is impossible to do what they have claimed it can do. It is simple as that. It's science. It's not anything else. You just look at how a PC works, how a laptop works, how anything works. It cannot work like that. It just can't. No matter how many fancy algorithms you have in there in your software, it does not work like that. And now we are contacting, and we got spirits from the bowels of hell. Now, I said in one of the other videos, what's next? He's going to contact God himself. Well, I was nearly right, except he's gone the other way. So what's he going to do next? Well, he's a bit of a premonition for you. This is, again, everyone can look back at this video if I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, it came from me. And came from others, because obviously I've seen some of the similar things said on a lot of the forums and with a lot of the guys. He's going to claim to have helped lost souls. He's going to claim to have basically rescued souls from hell. He's going to communicate with these souls through his impossible box, and he's going to rescue them, and he's going to bring them back up from hell and thing, and he's going to be the only one who's going to be able to have done that because of the power of the impossible box. I mean, think about the claim. He's not just saying it's good, come and buy my software. If you look back at all the times he's done this, he sensationalizes things. It's basically, it's the best thing ever. The SCD-1, there is no software like this on the planet. There is nothing like my software. He cannot just have written something that's as good as the others or the same as the others, but come and give it a good... No, it's the best thing ever. And every time I think about the statement that he said, have I created something so powerful, too powerful? You know, everybody, of course they're going to jump on the bandwagon. Because now he's not just covering ITC people that he's trying to con, and wannabe ITC people to come and get his software. He's going to have all the Satanists and God knows who else now who think, my God, he's created a portal to hell, I'm going to have some of that. And for added fucking bonus, you plug this shit into his portal device, and you might even be able to go to fucking hell yourself. It might be a fucking two-way, you know, ticket. I know I'm sort of making fun, but that's kind of where you think they're almost making these statements. That's the thing. I mean, I'm saying it in freaking jest, and they mean it. How arrogant do you have to be to say, I think the portal to hell, when you didn't even believe hell existed anyway? But now it's financially profitable for you to believe in hell and push your software can talk to hell and thing. I mean, it's just insanity, guys. And like I said, I am not making this video because of jealousy. I cannot be jealous of a guy who's willing to lie and con people on almost continuous basis. I'm not here to be jealous of a guy who people ask questions of him and he doesn't. It's his software. He's admitting it's his software. I have created something so powerful, maybe too powerful. But then when someone says your software doesn't work, oh, it's not my software. It's got nothing to do with me. You have to go and see Sanchez. He wrote the software. I can't. No, don't think. I just think I've just basically took your money. Fuck you. You go. Bye. And it's as simple as that. That's what he's doing. And if you even question If you even question any of the software, at best you'll get banned after a torrent of abuse is thrown at you. This is the guy. This is the selling tactic. They're not in it, like I say, for the science. They're not in it for the advancement. They're not in it to show people what may be out there. He's in it for the money. It's as simple as that. This is proof. It's in black and white. You don't have to be clever to figure this shit out. You just look at what he's doing and what he's saying. Now, if you want to tip your money up and give this guy $50 for this software, go ahead. And I'm not saying people who bought it, because people who bought the SCD1 said, oh, you're just all haters. I've had some good results. Yeah. I've had good results just taking a digital recorder in somewhere. Yes. If a spirit wants to manipulate the sound coming out of the SCD1, they probably could if they wanted. But that doesn't thing the fact that the software is not as advertised. It doesn't work as advertised. It's as simple as that. You could just take a random noise generator into a location and the spirit could use that noise. It's the fact is they said it does specific things. It has specific features and it does not. It has audio in that is misleading at best. It just is not what they said it was. And this is exactly the same. And it's the sensationalism stuff that he puts with it to sell it. I know people sell products, but this is kind of a different type of sell. And this is a fucking hard, this is the hardest sell I've ever seen. And based on what it is, it's not like you're trying to sell a car and you can say it's the best car in the world, it goes faster than that car over there. Awesome, of course you're going to say that. But to say that you can contact hell, that you can contact heaven, that the spirit world is just focused on you, that any celebrity that dies, they come straight to you, or as he's saying, they come straight to me. How arrogant do you have to be to say something like that? That if we write and there is a spirit world and we're talking to past relatives, that basically all the entire spirit realm, and possibly now even hell itself, ignore all of us and they're only interested in you, Mr. Huff. You. They will communicate through you because you've created the software. You've created the one and only software. And here's another premonition for you before I finish. How long before he comes along and says he was contacted by the devil himself or fucking God? It will be one or the other. And they give him the plans for the ultimate box, whatever he may want to fucking call it. Them themselves give him the plans to build this ultimate box, and it can be yours for $49.99. And as an added bonus, click on these affiliated links and go and build the portal. You might as well just scrap every other app and spirit box and hardware box, anything. This is the only one because it was designed by God himself. You know, it's coming. It's getting that desperate because he has to keep selling a product. And he's proved he's willing to say anything to do that. So I'm going to basically leave it there, guys. So like I said, I don't like to make these too long. Like I said, I welcome comments. I've had loads of positive comments on the other videos. And like I said, the haters, I know they'll come along and they'll think straight away that I'm a loser. Like I said, I've had it all. It's been interesting. It's been interesting. I've had people questioning the room I'm sitting in because it's a bedroom. It just happens to where the computer's set up. If that's the only argument you've got to try and shoot us down because I'm talking what I'm talking, that says a lot about you. I've had my accent attacked. We've all got accents. You that's attacking me for my accent, you yourself have got an accent. But it doesn't make you a fucking moron. It doesn't make you any less of a person. It just means you have an accent. But again, all the haters, if you look back at my videos, all the haters, they attack on everything bar the problem. They attack me rum, they attack me accent, they say I'm jealous. Anything but actually address the actual problem. Because they have no comeback. There is no argument. Because technically they know you're right, but they're just trying to protect anyway. They just did. A lot of them are keyboard warriors, which again is fine if you want to be a keyboard warrior. I'm not saying someone who's a keyboard warrior is any less of a person. It just means that, you know, they maybe need to get another hobby, because if you're going to attack someone have a valid reason to do so. Like, I'm not attacking Huff. This is not an attack. I am not calling him what some people have called me in my comments. I'm stating fact. I'm stating what's there. You can go out into the public thing on all the forums and all the talk things, and this shit is there. It's there on their website as well, guys. It's not just me. It's there on their website in black and white what they've said to people. Because obviously on some of the forums, they snapshot some of these screens, in the forums themselves, and they've sent them to us and said, look, you don't believe what he said next. We've had a lot of people, and this is genuine, have come forward and said, we were those keyboard warriors. We were those people who defended him against all costs, and we're sorry. We've finally started to see through the cracks and seen there's something not right. And that happens every day. More and more coming forward, because he's making it more and more plainly obvious, and the lie is starting to get hard for him to cover. And this sensationalising crap that he keeps doing is starting to get so unbelievable that you can't sort of take it seriously. And that's kind of what's going to happen. He's going to eventually alienate all the people who did believe in him. And that's the thing about, again, any hate comments. I believed in him in the beginning, at the beginning, when he was humble and he just had a few spirit boxes and he was getting a bit of communication and it seemed to be good, and that's all it was. That's all he was doing. I'm seeing to be getting this good communication. I'm putting it out there for you guys to look at. That's what we all do as investigators. But then it just got weird quick. And I was pretty much off the Huff wagon pretty damn quick, because again, you don't have to be clever to kind of see what's going on. And I saw from day one, once he started making some of these sensationalist claims, some of the evidence started becoming obviously that a lot of it was edited. It was just too good to be true, because a lot of us go and we get some good evidence. We do get some good evidence, but he was getting evidence that was too good to be true. And people would say, well, maybe he just got lucky, but it's proved as time's gone on that it was more than luck. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Again, any comments, please do. Like I said, not coming from a place of jealousy, don't need to be. I've got my own thing. We've got our season 3 of the show I'm involved in coming out on November 2nd. We're very excited. We kind of looking forward to it. I'm kind of excited and nervous all at the same time. Season 2 did well, so I'm hoping season 3 does well. And again, I'm not going to push what it is, because I don't want people to say I'm just making this video to push what I'm doing. I'm not. I'm not even going to say what it is. I've mentioned it in some of my other videos, but I'm not going to mention it here because I don't want that kind of shit down in the comments as well if possible. So I'm going to leave it here, guys. Go and check for yourself. Go and look. Educate yourself. Look for the truth. Just look at the facts, and you'll see what we're talking about, guys. So thanks for watching, and we shall catch you next time.